I hadn't intended on creating a personal video concerning the earthquake in Japan, but considering all the rumors that have been circulating among the conspiracy theorist world, I figured I'd create a short personal video where I come out and explain what I believe is happening, and most importantly, what the elitists and the globalists of the world, those who are trying to establish their new world order, will try to use this natural disaster in order to further their agenda. But before I get into all that, I'd like to express my most sincere prayers and hopes on behalf of all those who are suffering because of this terrible, terrible disaster. For those of you who haven't heard or are simply unaware, there was a major earthquake early this morning, March 11th, off the coast of Sendai, Japan. It registered as an 8.9 on the Richter scale. Supposedly it's the 7th largest earthquake in recorded history. And the earthquake and the subsequent tsunamis following the earthquake have left hundreds dead and many, many hundreds more missing. So once again, my prayers, my heart, and my fondest hopes go out to all of those who are suffering because of this. Now, there have been many rumors circulating among the conspiracy theorist world, and I'd like to first say that, once again, I hate the term conspiracy theorist, simply because theorist, or theory, has a negative connotation, automatically implying something is not true. So I prefer to call conspiracy theorists truthers. So there have been a lot of rumors circulating among truthers that one possibility for this natural disaster, or this disaster off the coast of Japan, is HAARP, spelled H-A-A-R-P. And for those of you who do not know, HAARP is a U.S. military program located in Alaska. It stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. And technically its research type is considered unclassified, but the field of research is in our planet's ionosphere. It was started in 1993, and bits and pieces of construction have been happening ever since. The current working IRI, or Ionospheric Research Instrument, was completed in 2007, and as of 2008, the HAARP program has incurred around $250 million in United States tax-funded construction and operating costs. So there's a little bit of trivia information for you. I certainly hope you're just as unhappy as I am knowing that your money, my money, has been used to create this thing. And the main theory behind HAARP is that it could potentially be used to manipulate climate and manipulate the weather, possibly also create natural disasters, or I guess that you would call them artificial or manipulated disasters, created disasters. In their own patents, the own military patents concerning HAARP, or connected to HAARP, it says, quote, weather modification is possible by, for example, altering upper atmosphere wind patterns by constructing one or more plumes of atmospheric particles which will act as a lens or focusing device. So even the military has come out in their patents describing that HAARP could be used, theoretically, as a weather modification device. For those of you who are interested in learning more about HAARP, I would suggest you do a little research into a gentleman by the name of Dr. Nick Begich, who has dedicated many, many years of his life to the study of this program. Now, before I go any further, I need to place emphasis on what I believe is happening right now. Here's the main question. Here's the, billion-dollar question. Do I believe that HAARP is responsible for the earthquake off the coast of Japan? And the answer to that is no, I don't. I believe that it is quite simply a natural disaster, emphasis on the word natural. This is just something that happens. It's unfortunate, but it's a natural cycle of the planet. Earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, floods, these are, it might be unfortunate, but nonetheless true. These are some of the things that we as humans have to deal with in this thing called life. Now, what can we expect the elitists or the globalists, the New World Order globalists, to do in response to this earthquake in Japan? It's almost guaranteed, now keep an eye out for this, it's almost guaranteed that Al Gore or another global warming activist, possibly David de Rothschild or someone else, will point the finger at this situation, this earthquake off the coast of Japan, as well as other earthquakes in our recent history, the earthquake in Haiti, Chile, and New Zealand, and say that all of these earthquakes, all of these disasters, we are the ones who have caused this through global warming, man-made global warming. It's all our fault, and in order to prevent this from happening in the future, prevent these disasters from continuing, we need to have a carbon tax and cap and trade placed upon the people of the world. Carbon tax is quite literally a tax on carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe out as humans. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is then used as food for plant life. Through photosynthesis, we understand that plants, all plant life, they require three things to survive. They require sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. So carbon dioxide is quite literally the lifeblood of this planet. It's what plants need to survive. And the plants, in turn, through photosynthesis, create more oxygen for us to breathe. It's a cycle of life. And yet these globalists have the audacity to say that carbon dioxide is the cause of global warming, and that is all our fault. When all the research into global warming, all the research into climate change suggests or even proves, certainly proves, that mankind's effect on the climate is so unbelievably small that it's considered, it's not even an issue at all. The main contributor, the number one contributor to climate, to seasons, to weather, to natural global warming and global cooling